This week I got stung or bitten by something or other. Ouch. I'm not even sure what exactly, but certainly it's been very annoying. Such a little thing, but it made such a big difference. My whole day ran upside down. My name is Ian Currey, and this is Thinking Out Loud. Come on, let me tell you what I think. There are sometimes things that happen that we just don't see coming, aren't there? I mean, I would expect to get bitten by something or other if I'm out in the yard without wearing sensible clothing. If I ever forget and cut the grass wearing shorts, I know I'll be paying the price later. But this time, there I was minding my own business, indoors, in a place I've never even seen a bug of any sort, when something or other decided I was lunch. I was quite distracted from what I was supposed to be doing too. And for most of the day, I really wasn't able to focus on anything but that annoying bite. How strange, right? I mean, living in Georgia at this time of year, outside, in an area where there are dozens of deer and who knows what out there, yes, we would expect to get a bite or two. We also live right beside a lake, so not getting bitten, at least once in a while, it's quite an achievement. This time, though, it was different. Don't worry, I'm not going to show you the bite, although it certainly is an interesting battle scar. But do you know what I mean when I say something that small just really upset everything? In comparison to me, the bug must have been tiny too. It's interesting how little things like that can really throw things into a tailspin, isn't it? As a boy, I used to work occasionally with a man called Frank. Frank was a big man, rougher around the edges, but as gentle as can be. Frank taught me how to put wood together and to pour concrete. Walking around rough-sawn lumber and concrete shuttering is a little like cutting grass in Georgia. Sooner or later, you are going to get bitten. With rough-sawn lumber, the bite would be a splinter, of course, and some of those can be really big. Building a large shed with Frank, I got my first serious splinter. I reacted to it, and Frank said, "Leave it in till Sunday." It was a way of saying, not while we're working. Leave it until we can deal with it. Don't let it distract you. Frank was half joking, but half serious. He'd come from industry and knew stopping for such things when being paid by the hour wasn't sensible. Actually, the gentle side of Frank came out just a few seconds later when he got hold of a rather large splinter that was causing me to go, ooh. He got hold of a pair of pliers and headed toward my hand. I went, ooh, and closed my eyes at the impending jolt. But Frank landed those pliers on the splinter like a butterfly with sore feet and gently pulled out the splinter before I knew it had gone. Slapped on a sticky bandage, and I was right to rain again to finish the shed. In that instance, dealing with things and moving on was the way to go. But sometimes the leave it until Sunday mentality may be the right choice too. A little along this line of thought is a story Jesus told. The kingdom of heaven is like a farmer who planted good seed in his field. But that night, as the workers slept, his enemy came and planted weeds among the wheat, then slipped away. Well, that was mean, wasn't it? Sometimes it's not just a bug that ruins our whole day. Sometimes it's a spiteful co-worker, or perhaps a neighbor. when the crops began to grow and produce grain, the weeds also grew. The farmer's workers went to him and said, "Sir, the field where you planted that good seed is full of weeds. Where did they come from?" "An enemy has done this," the farmer exclaimed. "Well, should we pull out the weeds?" they asked. "No," he replied, "you'll uproot the wheat if you do that. Let both grow together until the harvest. Then I'll tell the harvesters to sort out the weeds, tie them into bundles and burn them, and put the wheat in the barn." Well, whatever is the moral of that story? Perhaps, just like the leave it in till Sunday idea, that focusing on the distraction now instead of the thing we really should be thinking about is a part of this. When I read this story as a boy, I wondered what the farmer's enemy was up to. If he was just trying to ruin the crop, he could have done that by waiting, letting the crop grow and then setting it alight, or letting animals into the field to eat it. Certainly that would have made sure the crop was ruined. So what was the point of planting weeds? Surely it was a whole lot extra effort than just burning the field later on. While the parable is very clearly explained later on in this chapter, as with so many of the stories Jesus told, there are principles that apply to so much else. The idea that things, people, problems, splinters even perhaps, being the wrong thing to focus on at a particular time may well be another way to look at this. The good weeds, the good thoughts and attitudes are not destroyed or uprooted by focusing on those ugly weeds right here, right now. Sometimes distractions, even people who are the poor influences in us and on our lives, can cause immense damage, can't they? Getting those situations sorted out is never easy. Of course, we want to give people a second chance and a second chance, and because you kind of third chance. But in the end, at the right time, just like that splinter long ago, it has to go. Making sure the gentle giants that know how to look after us and after those things that are in place in our lives is so important, isn't it? That weed planting enemy could have caused so much damage if the farmer wasn't wise. When bad thoughts, weeds, threaten our mental and spiritual well-being, nurturing the good, changing the focus from weed to wheat, is what this wise farmer had to do. Once we've built up our mental and spiritual stamina, we're far better equipped to deal with those nonsense weeds that are capable of choking the life out of us. There's a real balance here, isn't there? In one way, it would be easier to start focusing on all the bad and trying to deal with that first, rather than, as the wise farmer did, deal with it once the good has grown. Life can be very complicated, can't it? Did you notice that the farmer had good workers who were there for him? They were going to follow his lead and they would deal with the problem just the way he told them to. Frank, my gentle giant childhood friend, taught me a lot. I can still work out the pitch of a shed roof. But he was there to push me, to help me as my skills grew, and there to pull me along and pull out splinters when things went wrong. Who do you have around you to help when weeds are planted that start taking over? Just like that enemy who slipped away. Sometimes we get hit exactly when we don't expect it. Just when you think you've got it together, along comes one of those destructive thoughts that plants itself even and starts growing. I suppose my bite is a bit like that. I would never have expected to get bitten on the 3rd floor of an office building, but I did. Now there's a lovely paragraph I came across in the book of Proverbs that sums this up neatly. Guard your heart above all else, for it determines the course of your life. Avoid perverse talk. Stay away from corrupt speech. Look straight ahead and fix your eyes on what lies before you. Mark out a straight path for your feet. Stay on the safe path. Don't get sidetracked. Keep your feet from following evil. Sometimes it's easier said than done though, isn't it? Thanks for watching. And please do subscribe to this video channel. And if you've enjoyed it, pass it along to your friends. There's quite a number of videos in this series now. There's bound to be one you'll like. Oh, and I never did find the bug that bit me, so if you live anywhere near here, be careful that you too aren't on the menu. Until next time, goodbye.